Wanna Bet, the daily gambling game show that takes betting seriously, but not much else. Get our favorite plays on the totals, sides, props, exotics, and futures to jump on now.
So let's get it started with Jason and Ben. Let's get it started with Jason and Ben. Let's get it started with Jason and Ben. Subject custom care calls about the concept fairly known. Let's get it started with Jason and Ben. Let's get it started with Jason and Ben.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning in, as always, to Wanna Bet. I am Jason, just making sure I got that set up on the old Twitter machine. That is Ben. We are Wanna Bet. Our buddy Eric Casillas joins us on Mondays. We have some other friends from the gambling world who join us occasionally as well. And we do this every day. We give you our very best plays that we've spent the most time putting together. We've, frankly, in a lot of cases, spent the most money wagering on. And we present it all here in a unique format. First, second, third down are going to be our three favorite plays that we've made since we last convened 24 hours ago. Fourth and long is really going to be fourth and short. Some quick hitters, opportunities for you guys to get paid quickly in these games. We obviously are going to be all over tonight's NFL game, which if you watch the show regularly, we're all over all the time. Overtime, as we told you guys, on these NFL game days, and really just this time of year in general, we're going to try to put some smart, well thought out parlays together for you guys, football parlays in overtime. Beltway Ben, as always, before we move on, how'd it go last night? Yeah, boy, I really wanted the A's to beat around Matthew Liberatore, but they were steadfast against it, Beltway Ben. Kept swinging at pitches outside the zone, helping that struggling starter out. And the A's could not come through the other end of that parlay. The Giants continued to pound the Rockies. So I hope you were on that with me. We're all over some World Cup qualifiers. We'll have more plays on that as well. Beltway Ben, that's a lot of green for you over there. And Camila Cardosa, she's going to end up in the Wanna Bet Hall of Fame. She keeps this up because I tailed you on that over points.
Yeah, Camila Cardosa, shout out to her. I think we've cashed on here with her 3 times. But an awesome player. And she's given us plus money cashes as well. But yeah, last night we were up a little over 3 units. Vladdy hits a home run like I said he could at that park. Felt good about that one at plus money, so we went with that. It cashed. He also had a double. So he had a strong night. And then Camila Cardosa, she has 8 points in the first 4 minutes of the game. And I'm like, well, if she can't get to 15, we'd be pretty damn unlucky. But she comes through, scores early, and then went over those points at halftime. So it was a very good night for us last night.
Love it, love it, love it. Again, this show is going to have a heavy football bent, but we're tracking all sports. We have friends who are handicapping experts with different specialties, NASCAR, some neat stuff like that. You can find everything you want to know about that by scanning that QR code and checking out different ways to be a part of our super Discord. Eric Casillas is literally walking people through their fantasy drafts. We're helping people put parlays together. It's very interactive. And every time any of us makes a play, we register it and log it there. You will see what we bet, how we bet it, which sports book, at which numbers. So it's all there for you in real time. All right, let's get it cranking, Beltway Ben. Happy freaking football. Merry Christmas. Let's go. First down.
Yeah, the air. I talked to EK about this last week when you were out. Just the air is different. You know, like you wake up, you feel a little different. It's like you don't have to worry about a pitcher getting pulled in the fourth. Like, we're back. Football is back. And again, we're still going to be on baseball. We're still going to be on WNBA. We're still going to be a lot of stuff. However, today we talked about it. It's kind of surprising for me. Like, I do have my 3 downs are all in this game tonight because last night I'm up till like 4 a.m. looking through things, pushing things around. I'm like, there's actually a few plays I like. So I will start here, and this is a different one. Now, shop around. I'm telling you that now because you will see it at some books at minus 165, and you'll say, Ben, well, why are you giving me plus 100? You can find it at plus 100 out there. You guys want it? Fanatics. Fanatics has this at plus 100. You go to DraftKings, it's minus 170. Like, it's just crazy that you can get it at these good of odds. And this is not with a profit boost. This is not with anything like that. It's just regular odds at plus 100 here. But Jake Elliott at home, he's over this. He was over this in general, 11 of 17 games last season, 6 of 8 at home. And one of those, one of the losses there, he missed a field goal, which would have put him over. So we're expecting a ton of points from this Eagles team. Kenny Clark's going to help the Cowboys with the run inside. Can they stop some things, keep it away from the tush push, and force Jake Elliott on the field? I think so. literally 2 field goals. I don't know how he doesn't go over it. And it's not freezing. The wind isn't going to be a factor. He should have no issue knocking 2 of these through in a divisional matchup.
Well, and there will be some offensive rust probably early in these games. And look, September unders in general in the NFL is the way to go. Most years, defense is a little ahead of the offense. This is an experienced Eagles team that didn't have to play many of their starters early, so they might be a little off kilter, and they're not opposed to having this kid kick it from 55 and giving him a crack at it. First down for me, I have not done a lot of individual player props in NFL markets, and I actually played this one at plus 150. It started to dip a little bit. You can still find it at plus 145. Aaron Rodgers quietly last 10 games of the season, 18 touchdowns to 4 interceptions. Aaron Rodgers is the offensive coordinator, not Arthur Smith. Aaron Rodgers is a vindictive. He's like the Grinch, right? His heart is this big. Like, he takes things personally. He holds grudges. He has a black belt in psyops. There's nothing he wants to do more than spoil Aaron Glenn's first game as a Jet after he endured what he thinks is Woody, and he's right, all the horse shit from Woody Johnson and his kids all last year. Like, they don't really have like Najee Harris used to be the guy to plunder stuff in the goal line. Tomlin never liked to give Jaylen Warren touches inside the 10. As someone who was sitting on Warren anytime touchdown tickets a lot last year, trust me, I monitored closely. Rodgers wants to throw the ball. And, I mean, look, the dirty little secret is, like, you can pay a corner $40 million a year. It doesn't mean he's a $40 million a year corner. And I think there'll be some opportunities for Metcalf to challenge their number one corner. I think Aaron Rodgers will have a pretty good book on him and know how to bait him and tease him a little bit. I think Jonnu Smith is going to be a matchup problem for that Jets defense. And I think Aaron Rodgers wants to throw 2 touchdown passes in this game. I do think it's an under game. There's always obviously risk involved. But he is a petty, petty guy. And for that kind of value, for him to toss 2, I like it. Second down, Beltway Ben.
Yeah, like that a lot. I will be telling that as well. And even on the Jaylen Warren part of it, like, if Jaylen Warren does get one in, I'm pretty confident he'll be in the passing game.
Could be a screen. Yeah, just check it down. Aaron Rodgers, look at his percentage of passes within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage. Not just last year. Go look at a trait going back to his last year at Green Bay. He's leaned into it.
Right. Next play here, though, we're going to see George Pickens again in 4th and short. But just here, we're going with 60-plus receiving yards. His number's 55.5. That's the best place, the best I could find it. I'm just taking 60-plus and going to take it up to plus money. Because I think if he goes over 55.5, I think he'll get to 60, and I think it'll be a strong night. I'm just the past week have felt pretty good about this matchup for Pickens. Like, somebody is going to get Adoree Jackson is going to get attacked by somebody. And I'm guessing it will be George Pickens compared to CeeDee Lamb, where they might, I mean, the way Vic does his defense, like, they might shadow CeeDee Lamb and put 2 guys with him and kind of just let George Pickens go. And Pickens will be on the sideline in week 1 throwing a tantrum if he's not involved. Like, I just have a strong feeling about it. And he's got the big playability. So if he catches 2 passes, there's still a very possible chance he goes over this. We know what he can do down the field. He's got strong hands. Taking the sideline and off the field stuff out of it, like, George Pickens is a very talented receiver. We have 20 to 30 yards potentially in 2 late game drives when they're down a bunch, just picking up stuff against prevent. So I do like him here. You have to think that the quarterback's going to want to build some trust with the new wide receiver in this matchup here. So I just like George Pickens over 55.5 as a regular line. We're taking it up to 60 to get plus money.
Excellent. Yeah, I think you better feed the squeaky wheel. And having just kicked Micah Parsons out of their building, I don't think they want to go to war with this guy early. And they can't run the ball. And then nobody can really run the ball in the Eagles. And these guys aren't going to be able to run the ball on anybody. Second down, got to go to my brew crew, Freddie P. Freddie P.
I know, pitcher of the month.
You can cash for me. I know you're not Quinny P, but you're still pretty damn good. Freddie P. Ding, ding, ding. Give me the Brew Crew first 5 money line. I'm cutting their sagging bullpen out of the equation. Milwaukee 11-3 in Peralta's last 14 starts. Peralta has a 1.83 ERA at home. The league batting 199 against him at home. He's got a whip of 1 at home. 87 Ks and 78 and 2/3 at home, Beltway. Ben, I like that. How is he during the day? Day game, 3 o'clock start Central Time. 2.59 ERA, 1.64 opposing batting average. Milwaukee is the number one first 5 against the spread team in the league, and I'm just money line. 83 and 57 against the spread, first 5. Philadelphia on the road averages 2.06 runs per game. 27th in baseball. Philadelphia is just 27 and 44 first 5 money line on the road. Look, Ranger Suarez is a good pitcher. He's a good pitcher. The league is batting 272 off him this month, batted 315 off him in July. They're seeing him pretty good. 3.7 ERA in day games, good, not amazing. 266 batting average against. Brew Crew manufacturer runs a lot of ways. Philadelphia tends to be a little bit home run dependent. So there we go. We ride Freddie P and Quinny P around here. Third down, Beltway, Ben. No meatball for that one, huh?
Absolutely not.
No meatball
riding that fraud-ass team. Listen, I've actually rode the Brewers with you one time, and they cashed easy. So I pick and choose when I want to ride the fraud-ass team. But
all right.
I mean, it's just coming. You're watching it come right down the hill. It's slowly going apart.
Yeah, and which National League team is the juggernaut? You tell me. Because the Dodgers can't beat the Pirates. You tell me.
I would take the Dodgers over them. I would take the Cubs over them.
Okay.
I would take any of those, like anybody in the NL but the Brew Crew. That's a fraudulent organization being run there. I'm really sick and tired of seeing all this shit.
We're gonna have some fun in the playoffs.
Oh, just wait. October 10th. It'll probably be like the 12th. You get a bye. Yeah, October 12th. I'm gonna come on here. Damn. The Brew
Sitting
Crew
on 3-run homers when it's 35 degrees at 9:30, 10 o'clock at night at Wrigley. Good luck with that.
Yeah, it's gonna be snowing. And they're going to – usually when you could kick the ball out of play in the summer, the ball didn't go as far, and all of a sudden it stays in the park, they lose the game. It's crazy.
Okay.
Just crazy how they operate things around there. I'm just sick and tired of it. But here, third down, we're going to go with Jahan Dotson over 7.5 receiving yards, minus 110. Over this in 7 regular season games last season and 2 of 4 games in the playoffs. Now, we can get over 7.5 with just 1 reception. And you'll see throughout the season, I take a lot of risks with this. With wide receiver 3s and these types of guys that aren't on the field 100% of the snaps, but they are on for passing downs, and they can go over this number with just 1 catch because I feel like it's just good value to get a guy to go over his yards in 1 catch, especially in a game like this. Let's say they're blowing them out like we expect. 3rd and 11, he's definitely on the field when you might not want Smitty to re-aggravate an injury. You might not want A.J. Brown on the field with all the injuries he's dealt with. Jahan Dotson will be out there. And he went over it, like I said, in a number of games last year. And that was with him being traded over at the end of camp. It takes time to get used to a brand new team, especially as a wide receiver. That's why a lot of in-season trades never work at the wide receiver position. And 4 days before their regular season game last year, like it's pretty tough. But he did lead preseason with 13.5 yards per route run, which kind of stood out to me. And I do think they're going to get him involved. He can go over this in 1 screen. 1 quick hitting screen, and we know Dallas's secondary, like, they're susceptible to big play a little bit. We don't even need that. And if it's A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, all those guys, you got all the focus going on those 2. And this is Jahan Dotson, who he's played in this division even before he got traded, right? We were with the Commanders, the football team at the time. So he's pretty used to this secondary. I'm pretty confident he goes over 7.5 yards here.
I'm going to go on a little rant here. So I want to play in a similar vein. I want to play Will Shipley in this game. Like, I think this could be a total blowout, and they give this kid some run. These books, when did we find out this was the kickoff game? In April? What are these assholes doing? I mean, what the fuck are they doing? Why can't I place that bet? What, I got to wait till 30 seconds before kickoff and I hope I catch the gap at the right time?
Yeah, wait.
Come on, man. You got all the algorithms. You got all the quants. You got all the computer power. You got all the servers. You got assholes out there selling fake-ass parlays that'll never hit in a million years. But I can't make a sharp bet on a backup running back. Like, give me a number. 5.5 yards? Like, why? It's basically the Super Bowl, right? It's almost like the Super Bowl. It's the first NFL game in 6 months. Why can't I bet that? Why are they all in cahoots across the board? Not like, why can you only get rushing props on the 2 starting quarterbacks and the 2 starting running backs.
It's insane. And then we were talking about it yesterday off the air, like, and this is a different game. The Colts game on Sunday, the only wide receiver prop we have right now is Jonathan Taylor, or the receiving prop for the Colts is Jonathan Taylor. What are we doing here? The running back, that's the only prop we have. It's pretty damn annoying.
Yeah. Third down for me. Look, we if you were watching the start of the show, Ben put up our bets from yesterday. So we're on UEFA World Cup qualifying parlay. This is one leg of it. We've got it in a money line parlay. We also just love Holland here to frankly smash Poland. Look, Poland has had their time, and it sounds like they're going to run Robert Lewandowski out for this one, even though he's been hurt. But it's really indicative of their squad. It's an over-the-hill gang that's had a really poor start to World Cup qualifying, that has struggled with the likes of Malta and Lithuania, that lost to a game Finland side, but still lost to Finland. If Holland trounces Poland here, they effectively take Poland out of the equation. They go top of the table, and they force Finland to chase them. It's a young, spry Holland side that's got a +10 goal differential already. Like, we're looking at 8-0 wins. We're looking at 2-0 wins. They're at home. And even when they have struggled lately, they've struggled against Portugal and France. They haven't struggled against the likes of Malta and Lithuania. It would not shock me at all if this is a 3-0 or 4-1 type of beatdown. And I like the value here. So of all these individual games playing the line, this one stood out to me the most. 4th and long is not 4th and long. It's 4th and short. What do you got, Beltway Ben?
I said we're going to get back to, and I do this with WNBA all the time, but we're going with a first quarter receiving yards prop. Now, this is another area that I attack. And even before we just kind of started giving out 4th and short plays, and in this way, I would take a lot of first quarter receiving yards for guys that I liked over in the game because I think they're going to get featured early. And this is a George Pickens. They want to show their new toy off. I just fully believe that. Yeah. And it would not surprise me if first or second play of the game, you see him on a slant. We know he can make the big play after the catch or a hitch route. Whatever they want to do, I have a strong feeling they're going to get him the ball early and often. And now CeeDee Lamb is always there, and you're always like, taking a wide receiver 2 behind CeeDee Lamb is tough because Lamb has the 150 to 200 yards a game upside. We know that. But George Pickens also has that and did it in Pittsburgh in a worse situation in terms of passing offense. Now you're going to give him, like I said earlier, I think it's going to be a Dory Jackson. He's going to get picked on. And George Pickens, we maybe 2 catches, but I think we'll get this with 1 catch as well, just the way Dak throws the football and how George Pickens can make plays after the catch. I think Adoree Jackson is going to be susceptible to a long pass. Would not surprise me if we saw it in the first drive, but I do think George Pickens goes over the 8.5 first quarter yards at -108.
4th and short for me. I did want to give you guys a fresh play on this game tonight. And as you're going to see in a graphic we're going to put up in a minute, if you follow this show religiously, I'm heavily leveraged on this game tonight. Now, I'm not putting $1,000 on a game. I'm making $50 bets in general. That's a 1 unit size for me, especially when I know how much I'm going to be doing on football this year. And I've really focused week 1. I kind of drilled down on 3 or 4 games that stood out to me, games we gave you great value on throughout the summer. This Sunday night game, Arizona to beat the hell out of the Saints, and the Denver, the tough spot for me for Cam Ward opening at Mile High. So this is one of the games I'm most heavily invested in. But I did jump on this a couple days ago when it populated. Why do I like the Eagles to score first and money line? I don't need to belabor the point of why I think they're going to win this game. To score first, I think Brian Schottenheimer is scared to death that Dak Prescott comes out and throws a pick 6 on the first drive. I think he's scared to death that Dak Prescott drops back and it's a red zone blitz and he gets his face ripped off. I think he wants to try to establish some semblance of a run game, or at least pretend they have a run game early. Now, Dallas has got an explosive kickoff guy, and that scares me a little bit. But when I see a team in the Eagles that I think is physically dominant, that can shut down the run, can take away the pass, right? They can beat you blitzing, they can beat you playing coverage, and they have a dominant offensive line, even with some guys dinged up, that can road grade a defense that can't stop the run. And like Dallas, they have a kicker who can convert from 50+ as well. That checks a lot of boxes for me in terms of the first score. I'm not always a huge score first guy. I don't do it that often, and this, I guess, is fudging a quick hitter a little bit because you've obviously got to wait till the end of the game for the money line. but I do like this bet. I wanted to give this bet out. Okay, overtime. We're going to review where we are on this game. Beltway, Ben, you go first because I got a lot to get to.
All right. Well, unlike you, I got one thing to get to here. I have the Eagles on the money line and Dak Prescott 200-plus passing yards. I talked about it a few weeks ago when we took it, but we've talked about it every single day on the show. When we prep for this game, it's pretty unlikely the Eagles lose this game. I don't really see a world in that, but it's also likely that the Eagles are up a decent amount and Dak Prescott's done the football across the field. Javonte Williams' rushing prop is 38.5 yards. That should tell you enough about what Vegas thinks is going to happen, at least with the passing game and all those types of situations. And we also get a little bit more fair odds because we're taking the opposing team's quarterback and the opposing team on the money line, where if we're combining Hurts and the Eagles, sometimes you don't get as good of odds as you want just because that's the way that these books do things. So I do like Dak Prescott, 200-plus passing yards, which he's done a ton, even against the Eagles who have had a good defense, and the Eagles to win on the money line.
Okay. Look, we love this game as soon as it came out. We told you when it populated, let's get it under a touchdown. We did that. We were going to jump on it again anyway as part of some parlays. So as soon as the Parsons trade went down, we said, get that 7 out there. There was one book that still had it. It wasn't juiced too much. We also at that time jumped the 8.5. Beltway Ben, try getting plus 120 on 8.5. Anyway.
I know. I was looking last night.
Spread's 8.5. Yeah. It might go to 9. Right. Because we think this has blowout potential, and because we drilled down on Jalen Hurts in divisional games, and in Jalen Hurts in games they win, because we think they're going to win this game, he's not throwing 28 times very often. So I'm very comfortable with that. We think Dak's going to have to throw the ball to move it down the field at all. So that 200 number that's going to pop up in some parlays doesn't scare me. Also, we jumped the Hurts ATD at a time where you're getting it at I mean, that's a minus 225, minus 250 sometimes on game days if people have forgotten how often he gets in. And if they have an opportunity to push it, from the 1 or the 2, they're going to lean into it. So, yeah, I'm on this game, as you can see, a lot of different ways. I do think if you're still dying to do something a little sharp out there, let's look into some backup Eagles running backs. When those markets form, assuming those markets will form, that does interest me a little bit, but I think the Eagles have an opportunity to play bully ball here. And we also have the Eagles at over 20.5 or over 21.5 in some multi-team parlays that we've given out on this show over the last couple weeks. So Beltway Ben, anything you were missing here? Anything you think we need to add for our friends here as we finally get NFL football back?
No, I think play it smart. I mean, we have a lot of plays, but the majority of our plays, as you see through Jason's, are the same or similar. Like you have the Eagles minus 6.5, Eagles minus 7, Eagles minus 8.5. Like we'll see. And I know it's game 1, so everybody wants to go out and put out a 20-leg parlay, but just always remember, especially on nights like tonight, like we see it for the Super Bowl too, I would just be careful with how you run parlays, adding a million different guys. Like all your guys aren't going to hit in week 1, especially tonight when Vegas is going to win. We know that. So like I said, like I was just saying, I mean, we do things pretty simple. The Hurts anytime touchdown, the Hurts under passing attempts, like all of our plays usually correlate together.
Yeah. And again, if you are doing multi-leggers, really go to all the different books and run these parlays, run every leg and make sure you're getting the best price. And please, like, I know you want to chase plus 900 and all that, like, and we all do. And if you do it, don't go crazy with what you bet. But if you are doing that and you're not taking some of these totals down at least 5 to, 10 yards, like, just think how hard it is to hit multiple props at their numbers. You know what I mean? Do it at your number. If you're doing 4 and 5 leg parlays at the general over under numbers, boy, you're really walking a razor's edge. Yep. I mean, I just like really try to get it at a number that's not the overall general number that they're giving out.
Yeah, fully agree. And to that point, how many times have any of you watchers or just us, anybody, have a bet and you're like, I had Saquon Barkley over 75.5 rushing yards. He finished with 74. Like that happens
all the
regularly.
time.
regularly.
All the time. All right, we're fired up for this game. Obviously, we do this every day. We're going to be back at noon tomorrow. Saturday, we're going to be here at either 10:30 or 11. We'll let you know because we're going to be on some of those noon kickoff. Look, you can watch other shows, like our shows from the week. We are jumping lines early, so we've still got good value on some college games we've already given out for this weekend, other NFL games, and again, we are super fired up that football is finally here. You want to bet, we want to bet, we want to bet with you. Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow.